Hello, folks. I just discovered that Rumble. I'm having issues with Rumble, streaming to Rumble again. Hold on while I fix that. Dun, dun, dun. Hello, folks. Hello. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Live streams. No. StreamYard. Destinations. I have to. Yeah, I used to have one of these static keys, but then that stopped working. Don't know why. All right. Let's see if it works now. Save changes. All right, we will see if it works. We will see if it works. Welcome. Yeah, last week in Judge Middleton's court, he got really tired of a no-show defendant who had passed on two prior court dates. This last week was the third time. So he called her, woke her up, and said more or less, if you're not here on the next court date, I will have you in jail. So let's check that out first. Let's check how that one did first. So this is from last week.
Lonnie Daniel Williams is file number 252220. Casey Strong is here. Lonnie Williams is not. Lonnie Williams has $1,571 with unpaid fines and costs, including several multiple driving suspended previous cases. Have you had any contact with your client?
Yes, Your Honor. He and I have played a vicious game of phone tag since I was assigned to the case. He knows his court date. I'm shocked that he's not here.
Well, he's going to get a $1,000 cash or surety bench warrant with a 48-hour hold.
Yeah, if for your case won't get better by not going to court.
Three previous driving suspended charges he hasn't paid the fine and costs on. Leads me to believe he doesn't take things very seriously. All right, Casey, what does that leave for you?
Nevaeh Horton is also a fail to appear.
Oh my.
I know. I have one last pretrial note. The rest are pleas.
That's not a good day for the attorney as well. Judge, no,
Nevaeh
my
Maria
clients are
Horton
here.
of Edwardsburg has failed to appear. File 252100. This is full of fail to appears. She didn't show up in December. She forgot. She didn't show up in October.
Right, let's skip
Her
forward to
grandmother confirmed the process for getting a new court date and ensured me that Nevaeh would call and schedule an appointment.
Then here he calls.
Hello.
Good morning. This is Judge Middleton calling for Nevaeh Horton.
Oh, hold on one second.
Uh-oh. Somebody's going to have a bad morning. Get your ass down here. No, that's not what Judge Middleton would say.
Hello.
Good morning. This is Judge Middleton. I'm on the bench here at the court in Centerville with your lawyer, Casey Strong. You're supposed to be here this morning for your drunk driving charge, and you aren't here.
I tried to call my car. It's not
So I'm going to issue a bench warrant for your arrest, and you'll have 48 hours to turn yourself in. I'll set the bond.
Yes, do I have to go to jail though?
Yeah, I'll set the bond at about $10 million. Yes, you need to get over here. We don't report on a phone call. You failed to appear in October. You failed to appear in December. I have to call and wake you up. Yes.
My car just not working. I have to get a ride. I can get an Uber.
Well, we aren't going to be able to do it today because your lawyer is not going to be here. So, Casey, when are you here
and
next?
I have another thing with that. I've called them and she doesn't answer, so I was just going to
I
come
have
there
not
without her.
received, I have not checked my
What do I
voicemail
do
yet
about that?
today, but I have called repeatedly and not received.
Are you here next week?
On Friday.
Yeah. And what happened was that she was given a date where she had to appear. And that day is today. So will this multiple no-show defendant, has she listened to Judge Middleton? What will happen if she shows up? What will happen if she doesn't? So that is what we are here for today. So, let's see. We are a bit behind. He's already started today, so let's play it a little faster.
We have misdemeanor arraignments today. And I've got a few customers here. I have misdemeanor arraignments and some show causes. Somebody got arrested on a bench warrant. And then I have a personal protection order hearing at, I think, 10, which we don't live stream those. I stopped live streaming that small claims case yesterday, which turned out to be quite a...
Hey, we got raided. Lauren 90 and her crew just showed up. Okay. Thank you for showing up. We just started, but let me tell you what we are watching. Last week, Judge Middleton here called a no-show defendant, reaming her out that you have missed, and I will, if you don't show up on the next court date, I will have you will be in jail until the next court date. Today is that court date. Where we find out if the no-show defendant either shows up and gets a stern talking to, or if she fails, and what will Judge Middleton do with that? So welcome to the show. And thank you, Lauren. Thank you. And welcome, folks.
ordeal. But there were reasons to not live stream it. So in hindsight, I guess I'm glad I didn't. At any rate, we're ready to go today. We've got a couple customers in here. We'll wait for the public defender and the other attorneys to get here. Judge Pattison has the pre-exams this morning, and I have the prelims. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 theoretical prelims set for this afternoon. 3 of those are Mr. Duchatelier, who's been adjourned several times. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to do our sobriety court tomorrow afternoon on an odd day, but because of the holiday, we're going to fit it in. All right, today's first line is easy. Everybody's going to know it. You only get a few lines.
Yeah, Judge Middleton and Judge Simpson are...
She packed my bags last night, pre-flight, 0 hour, 9 a.m. To be high as a kite by then. You can sing it. Anyway, that's our little shared moment of humanity today. Everybody should know that one. Give that a listen today, and 500 people will listen to the same song. I'm leaving, but there's no rush. I'm going to be here for the rest of this year. Through next December 30th. So that's several hundred days between now and then. I'm leaving on a trip. I'll be gone.
All right. Folks, YouTube gives me the ability to gift 10 memberships each month. I gifted 5 this weekend, and I gifted 5 now. So to King Bob, Melissa, Donna, Kathy, and Natalie, you got gifted free memberships. congratulations, you now have access to all my members-only content and your own emojis. All right, let's get back to this. And huge thank you to mispronounced named. $5 says she will show up. I know I'm losing this bet, so I'm prepaying. Well, let's wait and
for
see. She was
7
told to
work
be
days
there
after this
9
Friday.
a.m. today, which is now.
No clue.
Hey, Lauren, I sent you
All
an
right, well,
invite.
look it up. She packed my bags pre-flight, 0 hour, 9 a.m. That song has some of the most famous misheard lyrics out there. Let's just check base and see who we've got here with us. Which case are you folks here on?
Rachel here.
All right, that's what I thought. And you are?
Jeffrey Harrington.
Mr. Harrington, good morning.
Hey. I'm here because Lethal Lauren sent me. I'll
Good
take
afternoon,
anything.
Denmark and Germany. Hope you're having a good day. You got it. AI. Of course you do. I did not ride a bike. I rode a Les Sewell spin bike that we got for Christmas. I didn't go anywhere. I stayed in the same spot. Good morning to Toronto. It is 8:14.
Oh.
I think the public defender may be lining up our customers. Tuesday morning tends to be our busiest day of the week. We've got felony pre-exams. Today they're next door. We've got some pre-trials and arraignments. That's the misheard line. Burning the fuse out here all alone.
Okay, so he started streaming long before he had any people in court. Let's see if we can speed the. Let's see.
People ask me that a lot. Will the next judge live stream?
Night.
And where did you get dollars of bond for the warrant until August of 25?
Let's see here.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
All right.
You're Jeffrey Arthur Harrington.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Harrington, this is an old case, 2022, that's resurrected itself. The file number is 221617. I'm glad you're here. I think we can get this thing resolved. It's alleged that at that time, August 4th of 2022, you stole money from, or you stole something from the Walmart store in Three Rivers, and then you went off the grid. They issued the warrant, and they didn't actually serve the warrant until August of 25.
Wow.
You got arrested. I'm not sure what happened.
2.5.
No, they didn't serve the warrant
3
until
years
December
later?
of 25. Then you posted bond. It looks like you spent 1 day in jail.
And thank you,
You
Raiders,
posted
for
$210
showing
of
up.
bond.
Thank you.
The normal fine for this is $200, and you'd be barred from Walmart. Let's take a look at this. I looked at it early this morning.
How can it take 3 years?
Do you live in Albion now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep. Got custody of my children. Got a place there.
So
We have long memories around here. At least I do. I'm not sure what's going to happen when I leave. Nobody will remember anything, but we often get old warrants that get served. How'd you get picked up on this?
I don't even remember anything about.
No, but when you got arrested in December,
Oh, in December.
Keith, would you give him a Kleenex,
Recently.
ask him to take his gum out?
My apologies.
Well, couple,
Well, I was dropping off my children that night.
and where did you get arrested?
Three Rivers.
Are your kids live in Three Rivers?
Yes, sir.
And so on the December 18th, they ran your plate or something and found an old warrant?
Yeah, I had a license plate light hanging.
All right, well, you used to live with a guy that worked in the automotive department, John Gingrich.
Yes, sir.
And Gingrich said he saw you steal a fishing rod You used a barcode for a cheaper fishing rod instead of barcode for the fishing rod that you had on it. So they watched the video and compared your photo ID, and they issued this warrant for your arrest 4 years ago. If you plead guilty to this charge, I'm going to give you 1 day in jail credit, 1 day. I'm going to use your bond to pay the fine and the restitution, and you can get on about your business. If you don't remember it, you can plead no contest, or if you wish, you can plead not guilty if you deny it or don't believe that you're responsible for it.
Right. I just like to, I'm
what's that?
sorry. I'd like to get off taking care of the day
All right.
and get on.
Do you remember the incident?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you switch barcodes on a fishing rod?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Well, you must have not been in trouble in the last 4 years because they didn't pick you up till this actually happened.
I've been straightening up. Got a job, got custody of
All
my kids.
right. I'm also going to put you on a plan on your unpaid tickets around here. You got driving without a license and some other zoning stuff. But in this case, anybody threaten you to get you to the plea
No,
to
Your
this?
Honor.
Or what I told you about what I'm going to do for a sentence? Other than that, did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this?
No, Your Honor.
All right, plead guilty. We end up, I complain about this, being Walmart's enforcer for $25. Be easier if we just wrote them a check. We probably spent $500 in resources to deal with this, but nonetheless, I'll show you pled guilty. I'm going to make this come out to $210. There's a $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $50 state minimum fee, $25 restitution to Walmart. That's $150, and a $60 fine that comes out to $210. 1 day jail credit, 1 day, and you're barred from Walmart for 1 year.
From now? I mean, all right. Yeah. While we
So you'll zero.
okay, hold on there. We are waiting for this specific case, which I talked to you about earlier. But while we wait, this is misdemeanor arrangement or misdemeanor sentencing and stuff like that. So we will hear all kinds of things. Usually it is a lot of DUIs in these things, and people have the most incredible, sometimes they have the most incredible explanations. I remember this was last year when I did another one of these streams where a woman in her must have been late 50s, she was caught DUIing, and her explanation was she ate pralines. It must have been them. And Judge Middleton said something of the sort, well, you must have ate a lot of boxes because you blew 0.18. That was so hilarious. So you never know
That
what's going
resolves
to
this
show up here.
case.
Oh, what is DUI? It's driving under influence. Drunk
I'm going to have
driving.
a court officer take you out to the court and talk about your unpaid stuff and set up a payment plan
Yes,
to
sir.
get all these old things taken care of. Like I said, this warrant issued in 2022 and you didn't get arrested in 2025, which means you haven't been in any trouble in the last 3 years. But I want you to pay these old tickets. And
I got a little bit of money I can put towards them today too.
all right, very good. You're good to go. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
All right. Let's see. When
Mr.
and
Moss,
if
we're
she
waiting
shows
for your
up.
lawyer to join us by Zoom. In the meantime, we'll keep plugging away here. Is Kenneth Black here? Patrick Jones?
Uh-oh.
Alicia Slater? Which
Yeah.
case?
Your Honor, did Mr. Moss, does his attorney actually file an appearance?
He has.
Oh, okay, well then I'll cross him off my list.
He's from Canton Township, or the defendants. He's from Detroit. He's from Lathrop Village, which is a little 1 square mile thing on 12 Mile.
5 blocks from where I grew up.
Rough neighborhood.
Yeah, right.
Is not a upscale northern suburb of Detroit.
Your Honor, I do have a walk-in who's presenting himself today under 762.10D. Mr. Pablo Pena, P-E-N-A.
All right, Laura, somebody, Shayna, Jenny, could I have whatever we've got on Pablo Pena? Well, let's talk about the people that didn't show up. Kenneth T. Black of Kalamazoo previously failed to appear on December 23rd. He's charged with no insurance. He has 2 previous no proof of insurances, one in Kalamazoo and one here, and he didn't pay the fine here. So we're going to issue a bench warrant for him. He does appear to have a valid license. I don't have a phone number. I'd wake him up. I'm going to issue a bench warrant. It is $500 cash or surety.
Yeah, that would be a shocker to him.
48-hour hold.
Yeah, hearing that there are more than one place in the United States.
If anybody
one
knows
canton.
Kevin T. Black of Warbler Drive, Kalamazoo, needs to get in here. Mr. Upshaw is joining us. Mr. Moss, would you come up to the podium, please? Good morning, sir.
All right. It's always interesting to see the day-to-day business,
Are you
especially
Stephanie?
in these courts. And with judges that are fair, like Judge Middleton is. And he has not. This is, by the way, Judge
Good
Middleton.
morning, Mr. Upshaw. Welcome to Centerville.
This is, by the way, this is Judge Middleton's last year as a judge. He will retire December 31st, 2026.
And good morning to you, and thank you for allowing me to participate on Zoom, Your Honor.
Well, this is just a simple arraignment, and we should be able to transact this by Zoom. Are you Justin Trayvon Moss?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Moss, you're charged with assault with intent to commit great bodily harm by strangulation and domestic violence.
Oh,
Allegation is that that happened in Three Rivers
apparently a misdemeanor.
on November 10th. The complaining witness is your previous girlfriend, Stephanie Clemens. The first charge, assault, great bodily harm, less than murder with strangulation, is a felony. It's punishable by up to 10 years in prison and a fine of up to $5,000. Second count, domestic violence, is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Bond was set in the amount of $5,000 cash or surety, and you have posted the bond. They directed that you participate with community corrections. Yes. Are you presently wearing an ankle monitor?
No, sir.
Are you on some sort of other monitoring system?
I call once a week and check in.
All right. Well, because this is a felony, I don't have jurisdiction to take your plea here. We have to set it for what's called a pre-exam conference. And we're going to coordinate with your attorney, Mr. Upshaw, to see that that date works.
Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Moss, Randall Upshaw, P number 43574.
Give me that P number again.
43574.
And you're directing your client at this time, obviously, to enter a plea of not guilty.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Upshaw, we do our pre-exams on Tuesday mornings, and we do the preliminary examinations on Tuesday afternoon. So the regularly scheduled date for this case would be a pre-exam next Tuesday, January 13th, with a preliminary examination at 1 o'clock on January 20th, if it's needed.
If I may, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I've spoke with my client because I have absolutely no discovery and in the dark on this matter. My client is willing to waive his right to have a PC or preliminary exam within 21 days. I also would like to inform the court that I had a pre-scheduled, because I didn't celebrate the holidays, my wife and I have a pre-scheduled flight out of the country from the 15th through the 20th. I'm asking this honorable court if it would consider allowing my client to waive the 21-day rule, and so I can also get discovered and set this beyond the 21 days for another PC.
All right, well, that's problematic. I don't have prosecutor input here. The victim advocate is here and the complainant is here. This often happens. In fact, it happens every time when out-of-area counsel come in. They've often got conflicts with their other practice, and certainly vacations are hard to come by. The defendant has posted bond. As far as I can tell, he's complied with all terms of his bond. Have there been any allegations of bond violations? All right.
Not my, Your Honor.
I'm going to set pre-exam for January 27th. I really don't like this, but at 8:30, and the prelim, if necessary, for February 3rd. You did file an appearance, certainly, and I'm not sure what's up with the discovery, but we just did the arraignment. You should make contact with the prosecutor's office and get the information. I'm not sure exactly what all there is. Good morning, Mr. Knopfinger.
Morning, Judge.
Have you got something for me this morning?
No, not yet. Tim George.
Do we know what we're going to do with Mr. Dusha Tellier this afternoon?
We should know by mid-morning, Judge. I've already spoken to Mr. Rivera about it.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Moss, let's talk about your bond conditions. You live in Canton Township?
Yes, sir.
What do you do there? What's your occupation?
I play professional basketball. I travel around the globe, playing for different countries.
All right, and so this is what league are you in?
Basketball. Right now, I have a contract coming up for the Cipa Copa League, which is in Mexico.
Well, you're going to need to stay here. You can't leave the country. You can't even leave the state yet.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the court's permission to leave Michigan. You certainly can't leave the country. So delaying this is difficult for you as well.
If I may?
Yes.
If I'm attempting to, I sent some documents about his contract, and I'm attempting to talk with the APA at this time to see what resolutions he and I can make. Can you tell me your court, would you happen to know the APA that will be handling this?
I don't know. The person who authorized it, let's take a look, was probably, we're not that big. We only have 5 prosecutors.
Yeah. This will be an issue for
I
this
would
man.
direct you to ask for prosecuting attorney Deborah Davis. The warrant was actually authorized by,
Yeah. Yeah.
can't tell.
I mean, maybe this is here, this professional basketball players, it's his personal attorney, and he don't want to lose him. But at the same time, you want this resolved so you can go to Mexico. Problem is, you have a felony, which is, even if you plead, could put you in prison. So either way here, if he pleads to the misdemeanor, he still have to serve time. If he pleads and it's a felony, he still has to do time. So I don't think it matters that much which attorney he has at the moment. Because Judge Middleton will not allow this man to leave the state in any way.
Angelique Canfield. So she's a person that knows about it. She's very capable. She's a longtime career prosecutor from other jurisdictions as well. Angelique Canfield.
And I would just like, I apologize again.
That's the downside of not being here live and in person. You can just walk down the hall and talk to them. But as I said, this is just an arraignment. And so I'm not going to do anything without input from the prosecutor. So right now he can't even go to Howe, Indiana. He's not allowed to leave the state of Michigan. And where'd you play your undergrad? Miami?
No, I went to Buffalo, New York.
All right. Why are you wearing a Miami shirt?
Oh, well, right now they're on the winning streak. They just beat Ohio State.
Nebraska beat Ohio State last night in basketball. They beat the Spartans and they shouldn't have, but Spartans beat USC by 30 points last night.
Mhm.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Thal.
Morning, Your
Good
Honor.
morning, Mr. Sopanos.
Morning, Your Honor.
All right. So let's review. I'm getting disoriented, so let me stick to the point here. There are bond conditions. Let me find it. As far as I can tell, you've been in compliance with the terms of your bond. Do not have any contact with Stephanie Clemens. Clemens is a three-year-old's name. I think I knew her grandparents. Did your grandparents live on Michigan Avenue? Yes. Nice people. They're Jehovah's Witnesses and landlords. All right, no contact with Stephanie Clemens. Comply with all directives of the Community Corrections Board. Shall not leave the state of Michigan. No firearms, no assaultive or threatening behavior. Now, the bond could be amended if your lawyer and the prosecutor talk with each other and agree to some conditions. When would your contract start with the Mexican League?
I was hoping for, well, they're hoping for me to be there by January 15th.
Well, it ain't gonna happen unless something else happens.
Yeah, I've updated them on the situation.
For now, your next court date is January 27th at 8:30. I want you to comply with the conditions of your bond. Mr. Upshaw, my recommendation would be you contact the prosecutor's office and ask to speak to Angelique Canfield. She's the person that authorized this. She has charging authority and plea authority. Let's assume that the matter is resolved with some sort of a negotiated plea, even to a domestic assault. As you know, there's a deferral statute that could apply to this, but I don't know enough about it. Reading the affidavit, this is bad. It's scary and dangerous. And so I don't know where this case is headed. Mr. Moss, I'm going to have the bailiff take you out to the court office, and they're going to give you a notice for your next court date, which is January 27th at 8:30. And if needed, the next date after that would be February the 3rd. If there's some change in this, we'll discuss it. But this isn't a traffic ticket. This is a serious 10-year assault with intent to commit great bodily harm felony charge. So it isn't going to go away with a swipe of a hand. This is some serious stuff. So you go out to the counter, stay in contact with your lawyer, Mr. Upshaw. He'll get the police report. I don't know if there's 911 tapes or photographs or videos or whatever evidence that is. He'll get a copy of it. Stay in contact with the conditions that you've got from community corrections. All right, you're good to go, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor, and have a good day.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Professional Basketball Player, you're in deep trouble. You were hoping, or they were hoping for you to start January 15th. Yeah, that ain't happening. And according to George Middleton, who will not exaggerate anything, if he says the affidavit is really bad, it's probably catastrophically bad. Yeah. Now, presumption of innocence. But if what I gather from this short arraignment, I don't think he's going to be a professional basketball player for the foreseeable future.
Thank you, Mr. Upshaw. I look forward to meeting you in person.
Likewise.
All right, thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
We were plugging away here.
It's Trinton says something important. Yeah, this could be speculation because presumption of innocence. We don't know all the facts and everything. He told his girlfriend, "Hey, I'm going to play in Mexico," and she said, "No, you won't." And he left. Something else happened. She called the cops. And here's the thing. By strangulation, we think of this. It might have been, "Stop hurting me," in a headlock. We don't know. Pure speculation. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. 27th. I have to remind, yeah, so 27th. That is also Tuesday. Yeah.
Patrick Jones from the city of Three Rivers is a trespass. He has failed to appear. Well, he's got other problems. I think he's homeless. We'll go in order to show cause.
Yeah, that will be an interesting case to follow, at least here on arraignment level and show cause on the 27th. After that, it will probably go
It's always
to
a
the
little
district
tricky to
court.
try to do a order to show cause on someone that doesn't have an address, but we'll try it first. Mr. Paul, what have you got for me this morning?
I've just got one pretrial plea, Your Honor.
All right, who's that on?
Samuel Barnett.
All right,
All
why don't you bring that up? And they did bring me Pablo Pena. Good morning. Are you Samuel Robert Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is a pretty good plea offer for you. This is file number 252279OT. It's an ordinance case, and that it was written under White Pigeon Village Ordinance. The White Pigeon Village attorney, one of the assistants in the, I call it the Sieber law firm. We'll call it the Thal law firm, which originally was, is here on behalf of the city. They're going to dismiss the charge of no operator's license, which is going to save you 2 points, and it would go on your driving record. And they're going to dismiss the no proof of insurance, which is going to save you $150. And you're going to enter a plea to a charge called allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail. Doesn't carry any points, and it doesn't go on your driving record. It's called allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
And other than that plea agreement, where these other charges were dismissed for a plea to that charge, did anybody promise you anything?
No.
Laura, I've run out of allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code judgments, if you could get me some. All right, you weren't here when I went through the advice of rights, so let's take a minute. This is a misdemeanor. Do you understand that by pleading to this misdemeanor charge, you're going to give up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will not be a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. You could ask me to appoint one, or you could hire one of your own choosing. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Were you driving a car in White Pigeon on November 6th?
Yes, sir.
Where were you going?
I was coming home from work.
Where do you work?
Ox Industries.
All right. Why is your license suspended?
I moved up from Indiana, and I have to take the permit test, and I have a learning disability. I passed the signs, but I didn't pass the multiple choice.
Your Honor, if I may, I don't think it's suspended. I think it just doesn't have a license.
Doesn't have one,
Yeah.
okay. All right, well, this won't affect your ability to get your license, so keep plugging away at it. Eventually you'll get over the hump. How'd you get here?
My aunt brought me in.
All right, it's good to have friends. All right, fine's $100. There's a $75 crime victims' rights fee and a $50 state minimum fee. Let me say this, when you're driving around with no insurance, you get an accident, you're gonna get sued by the other guy's insurance company for $20,000. Plus, when you get a no insurance, it kills your insurance rates. So you got a break with the village dismissing that charge. Anyway, you owe me $225. Let me see, you weren't on my.
Yeah, and by the way, Michigan car insurance is it's high. Let's just say that.
Cheat sheet. I don't know if you owe me money now. There's Barnett's from here in St. Joe County. Are you one of them or are you from Indiana?
I'm from around here.
Because they were Colon Barnett's and there's some out in my neighborhood, Park Township.
My dad's went in front of you a couple times.
Who's your dad?
Andrew Barnett.
Okay, yeah, I've known him for a long time. Well, let's see how you're doing, sir. There's another Sam. Oops. Barnett. What's your middle name?
Robert.
Yeah, you got nothing. Samuel Leon Barnett, he's got some, but he doesn't owe me any money either. All right, well, you're in good shape. I'm going to give you 30 days to pay that $225. Can you do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, and get your driver's license.
I always joke with Miss Geschwint that when she comes down here, she drew the short straw. I guess today you drew the short straw, but at least the weather wasn't bad.
I did. She is in Lansing for a Court of Appeals hearing today.
Oh, well, good for her.
Mhm.
I'm going to make that due by February 10th. That ought to be enough time to pay it. All right, good luck, Mr. Barnett.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you. See you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Keith, we do have an extra customer this morning that I'm going to try to do. Mr. Cody Matheny got arrested on a probation violation last night.
Cody Matheny.
Cody Matheny, and we'll do him in a minute. Which case are you folks here on?
Really?
All right, what's your name, sir? Kettlehot. Mr. Kettlehot, I don't know if you're on my docket for today. John? Ernest. Let me take a look.
Still waiting for the case with the no-show defendant.
Oh, you're supposed to be next door. Yes. You're charged with harboring felons. Your attorney is Mr. Knopfinger. He stuck his head in here, but yeah, your attorney is out there. Ask the bailiff and let them know you're here. All right, let's talk to Mr. Pena, who's a day late and $1 short on a drug charge, but we'll deal with that. Good morning, sir. You're Pablo D. Pena?
Yes, I am.
Mr. Pena has a bench warrant out for his arrest. His girlfriend had called. No, it's just an outstanding warrant. There's no bench warrant.
Yeah, I don't believe he's ever been arraigned.
Deputy Zinsmaster reached out to Prosecutor Davis and said he can turn himself in at the courthouse. That's not the protocol. He's supposed to turn himself in at the jail.
Yeah, I believe he qualifies under 762.10D. He's able to present himself at the court. I don't believe that this is a enumerated charge where he's not able to have to present himself at the jail like an aggravated case or a domestic violence. I think it's just a drug charge. So it would be appropriate for him to bring himself to the courthouse. I think that there was some confusion mix-ups about that. So I talked to him yesterday.
Yeah, still waiting for the no-show defendant from last week, who Middleton called and woke up at home, telling her, "You better be here, or you'll be in jail." So there's a tiny betting pool on will she show or not, because she has kind of a rap sheet.
That's this case. Got an unpaid fine on a driving suspended. Pled guilty to driving suspended. I gave you a $250 fine by July 31st, 2020, or 4 days jail. You made a payment. You made a payment. Made a payment. I gave you till March. Payment. I guess that's mostly paid. You're set for sentencing on a charge of no insurance. Pled guilty to violation of the motor vehicle code, and the original charges were dismissed. I set it out 90 days to see if you paid your existing fines. You're set for sentencing on February 17th at 9 o'clock. I don't know whether you paid on your existing fines or not.
Well, actually, excuse me, I was going to set up a payment plan today, actually, while I was here.
Well, that ain't looking real good. That was in November.
Yeah, no,
Maybe I ought to just put you in jail right now. I gave you a 90-day break to start to pay on it, and you didn't do anything from November till January.
I've been going through a couple things.
Yeah, you've been going through some things. All right, let's take a look at this. That's very disappointing to me.
How much is the fine? Yeah.
I don't even know. You just walked in off the street. I didn't have any preparation of this. So
After that day, I went to the office here in the court, and they told me that they said that I owed a whole bunch, but then they looked closer and told me that my name is in there twice.
yes,
Like 3 brackets, it's twice, so it looks like 6 fines, but it's really
it's not.
okay.
That is true. You're in there twice,
He explained it to me, but
but you owe something, and so far you haven't paid anything. But let's take a look at this. 2463. This is alleged that way back in July, so this isn't imminent, that you did possess methamphetamine as a second or subsequent offense. That warrant was authorized on November 24th by Prosecutor Robert. The way it's charged, it's a felony punishable by up to 20 years in prison. They allege that you got stopped at 131 and Broadway, where everything seems to happen, at Culver's parking lot. Pena was found to not have a valid license. He consented to the search of the vehicle. The registered owner of the vehicle arrived and said that she wanted the vehicle searched for narcotics. A used needle and a tinfoil with burn marks, commonly used to smoke methamphetamine. Pena stated he used methamphetamine and heroin.
Bad idea.
All right, well, what it is a paraphernalia charge and no insurance. So it's a trace amount and some stuff in the car. All right.
I actually recently started the Suboxone program also. So
Who's helping with that?
what's the Work at Health?
Work and Health?
Work at Health, yeah. I call and do my appointments on video, and you can contact with it like twice a month or something. But
I'm not familiar with that program, but it sounds like a good one.
it's working.
Well, it works for opioids, but it doesn't work for methamphetamine. They
True.
don't have a Suboxone corollary for meth, or the world would be a better place. All right. You're going to need to get printed and mugshotted. And set bond in the amount of $2,500 PR. Defendant needs to be printed and mugshot.
Would you be checking out pretrial service or community corrections as well, Your Honor? Not off the bat.
You're recommending that?
Sometimes, I mean, sometimes people find it helpful if they're doing things like Suboxone and stuff, in my experience, but it's up to the court. If he does.
All right, I'll do that. They can supervise it. It is a second or subsequent offense. I'm gonna set pre-exam.
Okay.
This happened in 3 rivers, but it's by the county officer. So Mr. George is eligible to be his attorney. Set pre-exam for 2/13/26 at 8:30 and 2/20/26 at 1 for preliminary examination if needed. All right, I'm going to send you out to the counter. You can do his fingerprints here. He's going to need to go to the jail to get a mugshot. He's got to sign a bond form. We're going to refer you to community corrections for supervision. Glad to hear you're on the payment plan or on Suboxone. If you don't pay on the other stuff, I'll just put you in jail when I see you in February. You got another no insurance with this. But this was in July, so that may be the one you're paying on.
I believe it is, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't get another one. It's the old one. So let's get this taken care of. All right, you go to the court officer. You got some things to do here.
Thank you.
All right, Miss Felicia Slater also is a no-show. She's been struggling for the last couple of years. She's charged with trespass. She may also be homeless. She wasn't, but she's been going downhill. We'll do a order to show cause first. Anybody sees Felicia Slater, tell her she needs to come in here and see me. It's only a trespass charge. She's got lots of unpaid fines and costs, but she's upset struggle. She got $1,142 unpaid fine and costs.
Okay, what's going on?
Hello, Deputy Tafflinger. Judge Middleton calling. Don't you wish you were here? Okay, well, you're there, so thanks for helping me. Could I see Cody Matheny? All right, thank you. Bye. I said, don't you wish you were here? He said, yeah. I hate to lose Michelle. We're going to lose her. I think she'll be here till next Tuesday, but last I'll have with her is this week. She does a great job.
Is our duty so cushy they make them rotate through?
Yeah, they make them rotate through. And so some guys actually bid back to the jail, but generally they rotate them for a couple of years and then rotate them back into the jail. Hello, Dan. We're about to do Cody Matheny. All right, thank you. Bye. Mr. Matheny was charged with a malicious destruction of property, kind of a strange case where he shot pellet holes in his neighbor's window. He was put on a probation, and he was up and down. We've had some probation violations, and then he just sort of took off. So Daniel issued a bench warrant. I set no bond. He was supposed to do some weekends. I didn't. I tried not to do a bench warrant, but he had to do 27 days credit 2 on weekends, and he just quit showing up. So my intention is to just order the rest of the balance of the time straight and revoke his probation.
Somewhat remember the case.
Yeah.
Sure, how are you?
He's a nice kid, but he's got some problems that he's not addressing.
Oh, looking slick. Yeah.
He's given Daniel more gray hair lately.
I can verify. Yeah, definitely. That or the dye's wearing off.
That and our friend from yesterday.
Yeah, he's a nice kid, but he's definitely got some mental health issues for sure.
Natalie is giving Dan some gray hairs too.
Oh, for sure. Maybe they just watch Christmas Story too much or something. It's Christmas time out there with the Red Riding.
I don't think they're going to tell me how she got him either. Because I asked Army and she's like, well, I don't know. Yeah, we're still looking into it. And I'm like, well, they didn't really tell me last time. I had to hear it through the grapevine. Apparently,
Well, don't talk about that on here, but.
Oh, you got me on. You know, so.
Well, we're always live.
When does Priscilla come back?
I think at the end of the month.
Well, we're gonna get Priscilla back in the probation department. We filed a new girl. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Is this Miss Horvath? All right. What? Horton, yes. All right. Yeah, Horvath is somebody else from girls. Did we resolve the case?
Yes, we did.
All right, very good. Thank you. I'm going to take care of this in custody guy, and then we'll do yours. Are you pinched for time next door?
No, I have a 10:30.
All right. Well, you held up your end of the deal. You showed up today, and so that's good.
I don't think that is the case we are waiting for.
Daniel, how much time does he owe?
You just gave him 2 days. And then we've not been able to schedule it. And then he called me and told me he was traveling around the country.
Well, I gave him 27 once.
Oh, that's probably up front.
All right, no, and then so he did that. So he just had 2 days and failed to do it and then went off the grid. I told Daniel, my proposal, just order the days straight and revoke his probation or reserve the restitution.
Yeah, and I mean, depends on the battle we want to pick, I guess, but technically he was pulled in before midnight, so the jail counting, he'd probably be done now.
Well, he's not. All right.
Just want to make sure he does that.
Good morning, Mr. Matheny. This is Judge Middleton.
Morning.
This is file 242193FY. In this case, Mr. Matheny, you were originally represented by attorney Paul Gibson. Here with me in the courtroom is your probation officer, Daniel Frazine, and Mr. Keith Stickley from the Public Defender's Office. We struggled in this case right from the get-go. You were placed on probation. We had a couple of probation violation hearings. You got 27 days once. This last probation violation, I gave you 2 days jail. You were supposed to schedule it to do it, and then you left the state or something. How did you come to get arrested last night?
I was just walking to the store, trying to keep some shit, and they pulled me over, and yeah.
So did you move back to Three Rivers?
Yes, sir.
All right. You went on the road or something. Where have you been?
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna get this over with. I'm gonna order 2 days jail credit 1. I already ordered the 2 days jail and you didn't do it. So you got 1 day to serve. I'm gonna revoke your probation and get off your back.
How does it get revoked when I paid my fines? I paid my fines, then you gave me a probation violation and revoked me? Maybe look, I don't understand that.
Well, I'm getting off your back. You're gonna do 1 more day in jail and I'm gonna reserve on any unpaid restitution. I ordered that you do 2 days in jail and you went, I lost track of you. You never did the 2 days. I've already ordered it. I'm just gonna give you the 2 days, credit 1. You'll get out tomorrow. And you won't be on probation anymore, although there may still be an attempt to collect on the restitution.
He's paid in full, Your Honor.
He's paid in full.
Yeah, he did pay everything in full.
All right.
And just to clarify on the record, because it is a little bit ambiguous, I don't want to look like he's got a right to a hearing. He's already had all that.
Yes.
He's already sentenced.
He's had a hearing. He's
just has
been
to
sentenced. He failed to show
punishment.
up for the sentence. I'm off your back, Cody.
Yes,
Good
sir,
luck.
thank you.
Hope you have a better year this year. All right, good luck. He doesn't know where he went. He just didn't go to jail.
Yeah, frequent flyers.
Daniel said he's got issues that he's not really addressing, but we haven't been very successful at trying to deal with it, but.
Can we get that one off, Joe?
Sure. So I can drop all these. Okay. Thank you, Daniel. I wish that kid good luck, but he's gonna have to. Yeah. deal with some of his
Spoken to
issues.
his family too, trying to get him out, but
Yes. Ms. Horton, would you come up and have a seat?
I will. Are you
Right
across
over
the
here
street?
with your lawyer.
Over here. Yeah. And do you have something for the no contest, Your Honor, or do you need something?
I think I got something.
Okay. And I did clear this with Attorney Stoll, and she can come in if needed.
All right, the case we're addressing is People versus Nevaeh Maria Horton. File number is 252100SD. This matter was set for an attorney pretrial last Friday, which would have been January the 2nd.
Here we go.
We had a lot of cases set that day. We had 10 or 11 drinking driving cases. The defendant didn't show up, so I called her on the phone while her lawyer was here, and we agreed that she would be here this morning to meet with her lawyer and have the attorney pretrial. So she held up her end of the deal. She is here today, and
All right.
so is Casey Strong, her lawyer. She's charged with a complaint that alleges that on or about.
Yeah, she's here. The no-show defendant is here. Yeah, he more or less told her he told her if she doesn't show today, he more or less would send a squad car to pick her up and have her in jail until the next court date. Oh,
About 7/17 of 25 in White Pigeon Township. She was operating a vehicle with a high blood alcohol content of 0.1017 grams or more. That's used to be called the super drunk statute. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 180 days in jail and a fine of up to $700 and 6 points in the suspension of your driving record. Ms. Strong, what's the plea offer here?
The offer is operating while intoxicated first offense as a no contest plea for lack of recollection.
All right.
seriously? We heard from last week that is not her first offense. But they plead her out. I don't get it. If this has happened before and she's a no-show with no respect, why? She's only going to do it again until she kills herself or somebody else. I don't get it. I don't like it. She's getting away with a slap on the wrist again. I'm disappointed. But she gets a first offense. Why? Oh. Let's see if he at least give her a stern talking to.
The lesser charge, operating while intoxicated, is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. It does carry 6 points and requires that your license be suspended. Do you understand?
Yes.
Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to that charge?
No.
Or promise you anything other than the reduction of the charge?
No.
Now, by pleading no contest, you don't admit what happened, but you also don't deny what happened. You allow or accept that a conviction would enter. This affidavit shows that you were quite intoxicated. You drank New Amsterdam vodka and Dr. Pepper. There's probably a name for that. And then you drank some twisted teas and smoked some marijuana. You were actually in a traffic accident and were injured. They took your blood and it came back as a 0.204, which is over the limit for operating while intoxicated. That's over 0.08. It's quite intoxicated. We get lots of people with high blood alcohol levels and they say, well, I had 2 beers, or someone told me the other day they had 3 butterscotch.
So she was over 2.0. She had marijuana in the system and she caused an accident. Why are you allowing her to plead down? Why? She is obviously a lethal danger to everybody around her. Jesus.
Shots.
I said, I do not intend to lie. I know I was drunk at night and I intend to take the consequences
Well,
for my actions.
And I appreciate that. You
Also,
it takes a lot of alcohol to get that high of a blood alcohol level. And it also takes practice. You can't just go get that drunk without having a little practice. Now, the no contest plea, this is the quintessential type of case. People are in a traffic accident. They don't have a recollection of what happened. And they say, well, I don't admit it, but I also don't deny it.
I don't remember enough. For
All right, that's fine. So you're pleading no contest to this charge?
Yes.
And you accept the factual basis from the affidavit of probable cause? All right. So now, we were very busy on Friday. We didn't finish until about 20 to 1, but we would have fit this in. I set your lawyer for a bunch of sentences, and I think that day's already crammed too full to put this in there. So
I can make it smooth.
What?
I can make it smooth.
Let's see how much is in there. No, I only have 3 probation agents.
Oh,
so
yes.
I can't do 4 screenings on the same day.
I'm still very
gonna be shifting things. But let's take a look and find a date that doesn't work very good for you.
If it's proven via accident and blood drawn, she shouldn't be allowed to drive until she, I mean, I would say 10 years sober, proven sober.
Yeah, let's see what I got. Yeah, I've got 3. I got Alexander, Westfall, and Camp, all for February 11th. You got an all-female group that morning. As I said, we had 11 cases. We did 7 of 10. But let's go out a little farther. Farther than I like, but V25. Are you available on Wednesday, February 25th?
Absolutely.
Well, that's a long time to sentencing. Okay, let's get the facts as we have been told. She's drunk beyond recognition. She has pot in the system. She causes an accident. Then she's a no-show for 2 court hearings. And she's still allowed to plead out. Dirty Eric says, under this, it's 30 days suspended and 150 days restricted driving. She's going to kill somebody. This is just a slap on the wrist for her. This is not a this is a gift. This is not a sentencing. If I ever, I will never become a judge. It's not even, it's not going to happen. If I were, repeat drunk drivers do not get the gift of a plea deal. Oh, it's interesting. Yeah, I see that Uvalde stream have started. I will finish off this, and then I will program a new stream because I'm going to cover the Uvalde trial.
Ms. Horton, things have changed in your life since this accident happened in July.
Yes,
You went to the hospital, you had some treatment. I thought you were also, had you done some rehab or some other sort of alcohol treatment?
yes, I was in I'm still in AA. And I went to the hospital because I broke my leg.
I get the notion she's
Are you
only
on
doing
probation or
this.
parole anywhere?
No, I've never been in trouble.
I get the notion she's doing this so she can get the suspension and everything go away, and then she's going to start drink again.
Well, I'm glad I didn't read about you in the newspaper as an obituary. Set this for February 25th at 11. Attorney Casey Strong.
I'm so disappointed.
Ms. Strong, I appreciate your accommodation here. You saved your client getting arrested on a bench warrant. We made it work. We had more relaxed time to take the plea. She's accepting responsibility. We'll get it set for sentencing, and that's good for everybody concerned. All right, Ms. Horton, what's your occupation right now?
I'm a healthcare provider with ADAPT.
Yeah, you told me that each time I talked to you. I think you told me that on the phone also. Well, all right, this is going to suspend your driver's license.
Yes, I know.
And so you need to prepare for that. That'll happen shortly
I don't
after.
have a license,
All right,
so someone already takes me to work.
okay. Are you still in Edwardsburg?
Yes,
All right, you take this form out to the counter.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Strong, thank you. I'll see you in February. Oh, that was a good case to get resolved. John, I'm not exactly sure what we're doing with Mr. Harvey.
This was a deferred sentencing to
Yes.
see if they were going to reduce it to disorderly. If we
Yeah, so I guess we need to check in with the prosecutor.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed in. She claims she has not gotten herself into trouble before. She skipped 2 court appointments. She skipped them. They have to call her, this young lady, who seems to be in her 20s, and wake her up on Friday, January 2nd, at, I believe it was maybe 10:30 a.m. Yeah, I would not be surprised if we see her later this year, either in the news as having killing somebody, or herself. I'm so disappointed. Yeah. Yeah. But folks, that was what we were that is what we was waiting for. The no-show showed and got a slap on the wrist. All right, folks. Anticlimax, but I fixed. So once this stream ends, you will be redirected to the Uvalde trial stream. One of the cops, school resource officers, is on trial for not doing his job. All right, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Lauren for the redirect. Thank you to Mispronounced saying, wow, I don't want a refund. Thank you. And she bet she wouldn't show up. But she did. She did. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Now, I will tune into Judge Middleton later. But now, Uvalde trial. I will see you in a few seconds. I would assume. Okay? Thank you. See you.